Hello. We had a special requirement from one of our clients. So we have designed a panel for them. So we just thought we would record a video and let you guys know that how the whole concept has been designed. So this requirement from our client is that his site has two different meters. So one meter is a commercial meter, electric meter, and the second one is a domestic meter. But the load is common. So what he's doing right now is he's physically using the physical changeover, and he's switching between the commercial meter and the domestic meter. So his requirement was such that he wanted an automatic system which will automatically change over between the two meters. So the load connected here are three motors. So the load will be connected to this particular point. So what this system does is, so it has two sets of inputs. So one input can be used for the commercial input, and the second input can be from the domestic meter, and the output would be common. So any point of time, either of the meters will be active. So in order to do that, we've made use of this contactor logic and Narayan daily timers. So contactors are again based on the load calculation. We have used 40 amps contactor with the interlocking mechanism, making use of the add-on blocks. So the main requirement for this application was because if the commercial meter is continuously in use for the same load, the electricity bill generated would be of a huge number. So in order to cut down the cost, the customer or the client, he wanted us to design a system which will make sure both the meters are in use, and he can distribute the load between both the meters so that both the meters are active, and the burden would not be much when it comes to the electricity bill. So what he does is, we have given two independent timers. So one timer is for one of the meters. Let us say the top contactor and timer is for the commercial meter, and the bottom contactor and timer is for the domestic meter. So they can set the clock based times. These are the real timers or the Narayan daily timers which are in place. They can set the clock based timings for that particular contactor based on the load. So suppose, in this case, the customer or the client is using this particular timer, the commercial timer, for 4 to 5 hours in a day, and the rest of the time in a day goes to the domestic meter. So if he's doing the automatic changeover like this, then as per his calculations, the bill would be distributed between the two, and it would not be the huge sums, because you might be aware the commercial unit rates are quite huge compared to the domestic rates. So once the set of units cross, then the prices per unit would be exponential. So in order to avoid that, this kind of logic has been done. So now he's not required to physically change over from one meter to other. So rather he can set the time. So based on the corresponding time frame, that particular meter would be turned on, and the load will be fed through that meter. So just as a safety mechanism, we've used this interlocking. So just in case, even if these both daily timers turn on together, only one contactor will still hold. So both the contactors will not latch at the same time. And also, just in case, sometimes if he wishes to use only one meter for any reason, so we've given a manual switch, so they can turn off both these daily timers and they can switch on a particular switch, so that the motor is always, or the load is always drawn through one particular contactor. So if you guys have any of these requirements, please do let us know. We have systems ready and we can design one. I hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching this video.